Alex Eala succumbs to Chinese rival in Auckland semis. The fourth-seeded Eala mustered all her might to crawl back from a 0-4 deficit in the pivotal third set but ultimately fell short against her lower-ranked yet more experienced Chinese opponent in a grueling match that lasted 2 hours and 48 minutes. Alex Eala falls short in the semifinals of the ASB Classic. File photo/Alex Eala. Alex Eala showed resilience but eventually ran out of gas, succumbing to 7th seed Wang Xinyu, 7-5, 5-7, 4-6, in the semifinals of the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand on Saturday, January 10. The fourth-seeded Eala mustered all her might to crawl back from a 0-4 deficit in the pivotal third set but ultimately fell short against her lower-ranked yet more experienced Chinese opponent in a grueling match that lasted 2 hours and 48 minutes. Still, it marked a strong start to the season for Eala, who achieved an impressive run in the Women's Tennis Association WTA 250 tournament. She also finished in the semifinals of the doubles with American Iva Jovic after yielding to third-seed Chinese veterans Su Yifan and Yang Zhaoxian, 5-7, 3-6, the other day. Eala overcame a slow start in the first set, rallying from a 1-5 deficit to claim it, but Wang responded in the second, bouncing back from a 3-5 deficit to force a decider. The 24-year-old Wang, ranked 4 spots below Eala at number 57, surged to a 5-1 lead in the final set, yet the Filipina star refused to back down, winning 3 consecutive games to stay in contention. In the end, however, Wang held her serve to close out the match. On her way to the semis, she secured emphatic victories over 2024 Paris Olympic silver medalist Donna Vekic, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, Petra Marcinko, 6-0, 6-2, and 2021 French Open semi-finalist Magda Linette, 6-3, 6-2. Up next for Eala is the Kooyong Classic in Melbourne, Australia starting on Tuesday, January 13th, which serves as a warm-up for the Australian Open scheduled late this month. The spirit of the contest, Alex Eala's fight in Auckland. In the sunlit courts of the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand, a remarkable chapter unfolded, one defined not merely by scores and statistics, but by grit, passion, and growth. Filipino tennis star Alexandra Alex Eala took to the hard courts with fire in her eyes and a vision to bring her best to the start of the 2026 season. She had already carved an impressive path through the draw, advancing to the semifinals with commanding victories, including a decisive 6-3, 6-2 win over Poland's Magda Linette in the quarterfinals, a triumph that showcased her rising confidence and tactical prowess. Yet sport, like life, often tests us not at our moments of ease but at our moments of strain, and it was here, amidst the electric atmosphere of Auckland, that Eala faced one of her hardest battles yet. The semi-final, a battle beyond the baseline. On January 10, 2026, Eala met Chinese challenger Wang Xinyu in a semi-final that would stretch nearly 3 hours and push both athletes to the brink. What transpired was not merely a contest of serves and forehands, but a dramatic narrative of resilience, transformation, and resolve. From the outset, the intensity was palpable. Eala found herself quickly trailing 0-4 in the opening set, an early deficit that could unsettle even seasoned competitors. But rather than succumb to frustration, she responded with astonishing fight. Methodically resetting her strategy and focusing on each point, Eala rallied, turning the tide by winning 7 of the next 8 games to stun both her opponent and the crowd, ultimately seizing the first set 7-5. It was a statement of heart, a declaration that she wasn't merely present, but utterly engaged in the duel. Yet tennis is a game of momentum, and Wang responded with unyielding determination. In the second set, the Chinese star showcased her own resilience, clawing back from a deficit and leveraging key break points to snatch the set and force a decisive third frame. The tension on court had escalated beyond physical strokes, a psychological chess match where each player sought to seize control. The final set saw both athletes grapple with growing fatigue, with long rallies that tested not just skill but endurance. Eala refused to yield, even as the scoreboard tilted against her. Trailing 1-5 at one point, she gathered herself once more and staged another admirable comeback, winning 3 consecutive games and drawing within striking distance. Her relentless spirit, the essence of what many fans admire, was on full display. Still, in the end, it was Wang who held serve to close out the match, winning 7-5, 5-7, 6-4. Eala's run in Auckland came to a courageous, if heart-wrenching, end. More than a match, the meaning behind the scoreline. To an outside observer, the result might be rendered in 3 simple numbers. But those numbers belie the depth of what unfolded on that center court. For Eala, this was not merely a loss. It was a testament to her evolution, a visible benchmark of progress since earlier seasons. In a sport where consistency and mental fortitude often separate contenders from champions, few matches in her young career have showcased this blend of poise and passion. She fought from behind not once but twice in the same match, a rarity at the highest levels of competition. More pointedly, her performance highlighted her resilience in adversity. The physical toll of nearly 3 hours of play, the strategic adjustments, and the highs and lows of lead changes, these are the elements that craft experience. Every point was a lesson, every rally was a chance to grow. These are the moments that fuel champions. And while the victory slipped through her grasp, the respect she earned, from fans, from analysts, and from her peers, is a testament to her tenacity. Reflection and response, Eala's voice after Auckland. In the aftermath, Eala took to social media, capturing the emotional contours of her journey with a poignant reflection. "Till my heart stops. So close yet so far." Words that resonated with her supporters around the world. She thanked Auckland for its hospitality, acknowledging the warmth of the crowd and the spirit of competition that had welcomed her. This sentiment, "so close yet so far," encapsulates the duality of elite sport. Success and disappointment often sit within arm's reach of one another, separated by a handful of points or moments of critical judgment. But it is in the striving, not necessarily the winning, that legacies are shaped. Context, a broader picture of her career. Eala's performance in Auckland must also be understood within the broader arc of her career trajectory. Since bursting onto the international stage as a junior, famously reaching the number 2 ITF junior ranking and becoming the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam title at the 2022 US Open, she has steadily transitioned into a formidable presence on the Women's Tennis Association (WTA) Tour. Her 2025 campaign was historic. She broke into the WTA Top 100, claimed her first WTA 125 title, and even reached a tour-level final, a milestone unprecedented for Filipino tennis. Each of those achievements laid the foundation for the mental grit she displayed in Auckland. Reaching the ASB Classic semifinals in her 2026 season opener underscores her consistent upward movement. Though she didn't lift the trophy, the performance boosted her ranking points and confidence as she heads toward the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the season.